All right. Let's hope this works. I'm going to wait for somebody to get in the room. I just want to make sure that we have sound. That I went through a good 15 minutes, guys. Bruh. Yo. What's up, African Superstar family? Are you in the building? I hope you guys can hear me. I'm about to just troubleshoot this before I start. Yo. Ain't nobody got time for this. I hope you guys can hear me. Perfect. I'm about to just troubleshoot this before I start. Yo. All right. Ain't nobody got time for this. Okay. All right, family. Now everybody want to say they want to be that they wanted to tell me something. Now y'all want to tell me I went on all that time. Big shout outs to Jolie for members only. She hit me up through Instagram. Big shout outs to her because I was completely unaware. I did see that there was no comments. Yes, I see that. I see that now. So basically, remix. What's up, African Superstar family? You guys missed my original, you know, but I'm gonna go ahead and deliver the remix version. So big shout outs to the family. I don't know, it must have been something with the settings. I don't know what was going on. But anyway, let's go ahead and kick it off. This is Unpopular Opinions Live. I am your host, Gina Ifoe, the one and only African Superstar. Big shout outs to the family. Please make sure you like the stream, guys. Okay, like the stream. I see you in the chat. Thank you so much. Support the stream. Big shout outs to the customers of the Afrikansuperstar.com. That guy from Texas, that would have been nice. Super chats to let me know there's no sound. That sounds good. So big shout outs to them. Again, big shout outs to my members only. Big shout out to Jolie. She alerted me to the fact that you guys couldn't hear me because I was going strong, you know. And also big shout outs to those of you supporting our music project. Okay, the music project is still ongoing. Okay, so all your proceeds are going towards that. We're raising funds for the third music video, which is going to be my Black Love track, Come Chill With Me. It drops on the 13th of February. So I know you guys are excited. What's up, Mr. Mike Joseph? I see you guys. So you guys are in the building and you're ready to hear these unpopular opinions, okay? I first want to start with nothing will change unless you change it, okay? Because I always hear from a lot of people one day and you know, I hope for the best, and one day it's gonna work out. And let me just check. That guy from Texas, look, I had to start again for the remix. I don't see no cash app, man. He said he sent me a cash app, but let's just see what happened. I don't see no cash apps. No cash apps. The cash app is $African Superstar, okay? If you want to send a cash app or a super chat. So I see a lot from our people that we are kind of living the dream deferred, okay? We're hoping and wishing and praying. We are looking for karma. We're looking for the golden rule. And I just want to let you guys know, okay, that nothing is going to change until you change it. That's it, okay? If you are an adult and you kind of have things on your docket for many years, because some of us, that was definitely my situation. My situation was I was having, you know, perpetual issues with certain things when I lived in America. Okay, I actually wanted to travel the world. You know, I couldn't correlate how my corporate job was going to give me the flexibility to do that. Okay, I also hated cold weather and knew that, for instance, to remain in the U.S., the only alternative I had for warm weather were states that had a higher cost of living than where I was living in Ohio. So it wasn't likely for me to go to Florida, Texas, California, you know, Georgia, and all this kind of stuff. Okay? You've got to take initiative in your life. That's the only way you're going to see change. Okay? We are instilled with religion, a lot of us growing up, and in my opinion, religion really promotes the dream deferred, because you're waiting to live life in the afterlife. You're waiting for reciprocity. You're waiting for karma. Okay? You're waiting for reap and sow. When sometimes just taking the initiative is going to give you the results that you want. You know, one of the things that I wanted to maximize was I did not want to put my life off until I got elderly, for instance. Okay? I didn't want to do that because I knew that tomorrow was not promised. I will never forget when I was a teller at PNC Bank. Big shout outs to those of you guys that have heard of PNC Bank. Any Ohioans or folks from the Midwest, Pennsylvania are familiar with PNC Bank. Okay, I used to be a bank teller at PNC Bank around 2009, 10, 11-ish. Okay, and I worked at a branch, and there was an old lady that came in, and I'll never forget, she told me and my colleagues, okay, that her and her husband, you know, like throughout their working years, they were very frugal. You know, she said that other couples were buying new houses and getting cars and taking holidays. And her husband were very, very disciplined about saving up money for the future because they wanted to tour and travel the world and all that stuff when they retire. Okay. So she said they really didn't enjoy, you know, their working years because they were always counting money and saving money and that kind of thing. And she said her husband died, I believe, a week after retirement. And here they had all these plans. They were going to cruise around the world and do all this stuff and get an RV. And, you know, she came in and shared that with us because we were young ladies at the time. All the tellers were young ladies in the branch. And she wanted us to live our best life now. Now, fortunately for me, I'm not really somebody who holds back on the living the best life. I've been trying to live my best life ever since I could. But for some of you guys, you're waiting for tomorrow and next year and da-da-da-da. Look, we got our brother here, that guy from Texas. Now, first trivia question, what month of the year are we in currently? Who's going to get it first? What month of the year are we in currently? Who's got the answer? What month of the year are we in right now? It's 2022, but what month? Because I want to talk about this. I'm not trying to expose our brother, but I want to talk about this. Does anybody know what month it is? Okay, big shout outs. Mr. Mike Joseph got it first. It's February. So it's February of 2022, and Mr. Texas is talking about 2023. So we got a good 11 months left of 2022, but Mr. Texas is talking about what he's going to do next year. I'm all for planning, okay, because I'm a planner, and I believe that planning has been a very strong suit of mine. But sometimes we need to focus on the implementation. Okay, now, I don't know Mr. Texas' situation, but I am confident that probably if he really organized himself and stuff, he could probably expedite that trip sooner than next year. I'm just saying. And for a lot of you, okay, you have outstanding problems. You're not happy with your weight or your health or your appearance, but you're not actively doing anything about it. Your finances, travel, your love life, you know, your career or your entrepreneur goals or whatever. I'm a creative person, so I know firsthand. When you're a creative person, you have to exert a lot of energy to bring out your talent. You know, I think that's why a lot of people enjoy my platform, because I'm constantly trying to dig inside of the African Superstar and bring out things to benefit my people. You know, with our latest project, the music project. You know what I mean? I never conceived being a musician, even as recent as, you know, when January 2021 rolled in. Big shout out to that super chat donor, Tyrone. I see you there, brother. Thank you so much. I mean, I literally had no plans of doing this music thing. But one thing that I regularly challenge myself, and this is excellent, which is, you know, compelling yourself to action. Okay, looking at your circumstances and trying to find creative ways to solve that. You know, obviously, you guys know I'm a creative because I'm constantly trying to one up myself and you know, compete with myself. Okay, what can I do that's going to top what I've already done? What can I do? You know, and since I'm an entrepreneur and since I'm here on a continent, you know, trying to survive, trying to live, the fact that I don't want to go and reside back in the West full time is a huge motivator for me to try to find some other ways. You know, but the moral of the story is, guys, nothing is going to change until you change it. All right. You've got to focus in on yourself. We've been taught that focusing in on yourself is selfish. Okay. We've been taught to pursue our goals, you know, and sometimes leaving our friends and family behind is selfish. We've been taught to live the dream deferred, you know, in the afterlife and next year and when we retire and when we graduate and when we buy the house. Guys, okay, some of you guys know the lyrics to my Ghana roll call. Okay, I mean, my Ghana is good for me. It's my time. Okay, I determined that it's my time. My time is right now. You know, you determine too if your time is right now. You're the one that makes that decision. Nobody else makes that decision. WM West Coast said some people just kind of got on the repatriation movement. It takes plenty. Absolutely. But some people are doing procrastination. Let's be 100. Some people are doing procrastination. This is unpopular opinion. I'm not going to pacify you guys. I'm trying to get you motivated to change your life dynamic. Okay? Because if not, okay, nothing is going to change in your life. And there are so many Blacks in the diaspora that are unhappy with their quality of life. The life is not looking how they wanted it to look. And the most frustrating life is when you've worked really hard to escalate and you still are not getting ahead. That can mess with your psychological well-being. Because all of our life, we're told, okay, if you do these certain things, you're going to have success. If you do these certain things, you're going to get ahead in life. And then we do it, and we start having an interaction with systematic racism and these kind of things, preferential treatment and hostile work environments, and we do not maximize our potential because of these external things. You know, I've been there. You know, and I took matters into my own hands, and I'm now living a much more robust life. You know, I still have a myriad of problems. Shout outs to those of you guys that are privy to know some of the problems of Afrikansuperstar. Yeah. However, I'm in a better state. Big shout outs to the family. All right, Mr. Texas. He said he's going to Barbados. So he's going to do Barbados this year and head to the continent next year. Big shout outs to the family. Listen, guys, if you're here, please like the stream. We got Over 20 of you here. Don't forget to support the stream and leave your comments in. So my very first topic was nothing is going to change unless you change it. Okay. Some of you guys, I believe most of us, learned about the law of inertia. Okay. Trivia question. Who knows what the law of inertia is? Go ahead and drop it in the chat room. Let me see who got it first. What's up, Nikki? Nikki been talking about the continent for 2 good years. And now she's getting ready to make it happen. Exactly. I see you, family. Who knows the law of inertia? Y'all know I'm on that trivia. I know the law of inertia, but I want to see if y'all know the law of inertia. Who knows the law of inertia? Okay, go ahead and put it in the chat room. Because it parallels with what I'm talking about how things will not change unless you change it. Okay? Do not wait on the government. Do not wait on your friends. Do not wait on anybody. Get it popping. What's up, family? I see you here. I'm just waiting on the answer. Does anybody know? We got over 20 of you guys. Does nobody know the law of inertia? Okay. The law of inertia says that anything, Wisdom says he doesn't know. Okay, well, you guys, I'm going to teach y'all something today. The law of inertia says something will stay in motion until it is stopped. Okay, so let's say you roll like a bowling ball. Okay, let's say you roll it down the middle of the road. Okay, that ball is going to keep rolling until it gets stopped. Either somebody's going to stop it, it's going to hit a tree, you know, it's going to gradually slow down because it runs out of speed. That's the law of inertia. That is the inverse of what I'm talking about today, okay? When something's in motion, like a ball, for instance, it's going to keep rolling until something stops it. The inverse is nothing's going to change unless you change it. Okay, so I taught you guys. You guys can go look up the law of inertia. I don't know, you guys weren't paying attention. That's part of science. It's like the law of gravity, you know, and these kind of things. All right, my second topic is America is in decline. Yes. If anybody agrees with that, let me see your number 2. America is in the decline. Big shout out to our members only. Miss Jolie is the one that alerted me that the live was no sound. Big shout outs to her. So thank you so much for letting me know, because I was just talking and nobody let me know. So the US, okay, is in decline. All right. And what I mean is, you know, some people think that we're going through a phase. You know, the things that are happening in the US, for instance, currently 2022, oh, it's just a phase. We're going to bounce back. You know, there's problems with the economy. There's a lot of racial issues. There's a lot of violence, you know, but in my opinion, it's going down. Yeah, it's going down. Okay, and one of my absolute favorite Bible verses is, the wise man sees the danger ahead of him and avoids it. When you start seeing chaos around you, if you're smart and if you practice SMP, which is our mission statement, I haven't seen none of you guys shouting out SMP today. Okay, so I'm calling you out. When you come in this chat room on this here channel, you represent. SMP is our mission statement on this platform. It stands for strategy, maturity, and patience. Okay. So when you start seeing that an environment is chaotic, like America, you know, America is a volatile place for Black people, period. Has been for centuries. Okay. You see that they're not adequately educating our youth. Okay. They keep removing vital information from our youth, like home skills, you know, critical thinking? Huh? There's little services in the school to minister to the emotional well-being of these youth, because they are living in very chaotic home settings, and it's creating emotional problems. A lot of us, when we were going to school, we had the liberty of just being children, back in the 80s, back in the 70s, back in the early 90s. You just went to school and you did your homework. And yeah, there might be a little bullying, maybe. I used to I wear glasses. So kids used to tease me, oh, hey, four eyes and this and that. It never got to the level of the bullying that goes on these days. Okay. I never had to worry about my teacher molesting us in the school, or another student coming in and shooting up the school. Our youth has a lot of concerns that they have to deal with, and we are not necessarily stepping up and preparing them for that. Big shout out. Tyrone is super chat. Thank you, brother, man. What's up? We got a lot of y'all in here. Don't let Tyrone be the only one. Super chattering. Holla. I see you, brother. Thank you so much for that support. So my thing is that, some people need to be real about the current events that's going on around them and be smart. It will prevent you from becoming a victim of those environments. America's going down. The future is elsewhere. The future is actually here on the continent. I mean, everybody's saying it. It's totally evident. The spotlight is on the continent. This is where it's going down. Okay. America is a has-been. Had its heyday some decades ago, and it's not really progressive. You look at, for instance, like Asia, they are preparing their youth to be very proficient in technology, all these different type of technology-based fields. Our youth are not being geared to do that in the U.S. How are they going to be able to compete in the international community? It's very simple. You instill what you want to see in the future. You know what I mean? It doesn't happen overnight. And so if you look at the caliber of our young people, unfortunately, in the West, you got to be real about how likely are they going to be, to be able to compete in the future. America's on a decline. Unpopular opinion. What's up, fam? If you are here in the building, please make your presence known. What's up? I'm going to the chat room to do some shout outs. I think I've gotten everybody so far. If you're in the building and you want to get greeted, please leave me something. What's up? Superstar Bella is in the building. Ultra Instinct is here. Wisdom, that guy from Texas. What's up, family? Tyrone is showing love with the super chats. WM West Coast. What's up, family? Dr. Sherry Watts, good to see you. I hope you're recovering well. Dr. Sherry posted on her Facebook. She's been dealing, a little under the weather with her health. So we wish you a speedy recovery. It's good to see you back in the chat room today. Big shout out to Jolie, representing for our members only. Members only has the circle next to their name. Big shout outs to all of you. I appreciate that. So that's what I came to talk to you about today. Those two topics. Okay. Nothing is going to change in your life unless you decide to change it. We have just entered into a new year. It's such an ideal time for you to decide to take some initiative and control over this year. But one thing's for sure, if you don't do anything, you're just going to have more of the same of what you've already experienced, or actually worse. You've got to be the one, because a lot of times we're waiting on other people to show interest into our game plan. And the truth is, especially in regards to progressive people, they're already focused on their particular game plan. There may not be a lot of interest into what you got going on or what you want to do. You've got to have stock in that. You know, you need to be trying to live your best life now. You don't know what's on the other side of tomorrow or next week, next month. This could be, you could be in your last moments. You just don't know. So make sure that you're utilizing all your efforts and energy to bring those things to life. Second topic is America's in a decline. It's very, very obvious to see. Obviously, people in the international community have been heavily, heavily brainwashed. And, you know, they may not know what it is, but those of us that have resided in the West, we can see it loud and clear. Okay? If you're smart, you see it and you're positioning yourself to exit or capitalize or do whatever. Okay? But if you're not, you're biding your time. And I just really hope that you don't become a victim of the environment that you're in, because the environment that you're in is very consuming, it's hostile, it's dangerous, and it's affecting lots of people like ourselves. You know, I often tell you guys, all those hashtags, none of them ever believed that they would be a hashtag. They got up just like me and you, put their trousers on, put their dress on, you know, set off to go to work, set off to go wherever they were going, and met tragedy. Okay? And obviously, irrespective of where you go in the world, you can encounter certain things, you can have certain situations arise and blah, blah, blah. But there's something to be said about statistics and probabilities. All right? And again, if you're smart, you want to reduce your probability of becoming a victim. You know, it's not just about police brutality. It's also about the minimalization of your entire life. Back in the days when I used to work corporately, spending all those hours, you know, 8 hours or more or whatever at the workplace, 5 days a week, you know, out of the 52 weeks out of the year. That was so much time that I was giving to JP Morgan. Okay? And investing very little in myself in regards to cultivating my dreams and my interests and things like that. Now, fast forward into 2022, I'm in such a creative space. You know, being here on the continent makes me so productive. You know, I'm excited, I'm free, I'm hopeful, and it's been so beneficial to me. So, you know, I know it's scary sometimes to take that initiative. It's lonely sometimes because your friends and family may not be in a position to follow you or accompany you, whatever. But in the long run, guys, you know, taking initiative is the best thing you can do in your life. Okay? So big shout out to the African Superstar family, guys. Thank you all for coming and watching me live stream for the second time. Remix. And please make sure that you like the stream. And make sure that you're subscribed to our channel if you are not a subscriber. That way you'll get notifications and so on and so forth. Big shout out to Tyrone. He was our only super chat donor today. So thank you so much for your super chats, brother. That those proceeds are going in the pot, obviously, for our music project. The next stage of the project is the next video. I know y'all like my music videos, but it takes the cash. It takes the cash, especially when I do a nice video, you know. So the next video is actually going to be for my very first Black Love track. Come chill with me. I'm dropping the official audio and lyric video on February 13th, which is Black Love Day, because I'm celebrating my people in the best way. What? New music? Holla. Yes. Yes, of course my website is still up. Just goes to show you haven't been in a while. What's up? The website is www.theafrikansuperstar.com. It's right there, scrolling across your screen, like right there. Right there. So yes. Big shout outs, family. Okay. I don't think there's any more questions. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Much love to all of you. I will see you again tomorrow. Okay? Until we meet again, stay black and true. If you ain't black, just stay true.